It's time once again for That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ, where business becomes show business. Jamie is a leading Tampa Bay real estate agent and featured on the Wall Street Journal's list of top 100 real estate agents in the nation. Jamie invites you to list your home with him today and learn more at tampabayradio.com. Now, live in studio and promoting the entrepreneurial spirit that drives the American economy, your host, Jamie Maloney.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 here on 1250 Wins WHNZ, and also made available all across the internet on social media platforms such as iTunes as a podcast, and also the high-definition video always uploaded to the YouTube channel entitled Jamie Maloney, typically within an hour of each show, and we put those up there by the hour, so you'll see two of them pop up each and every day. So if you could head over there and subscribe to our YouTube channel, we are trying to grow the channel as well, so if you would do that, we would greatly appreciate that. And if there's anything I can do for you on social media, please feel free to message me back, whether you'd like a like or a follow. I'm happy to do that for you as well. Twitter, we're at Jamie_Maloney, and our fan page, Facebook.com/That Business Show. TBBO Tuesdays, where we talked about TBBO today. Chris unable to be with us today. He is in Greece, flying overseas with his wife and their new baby Sedona. So we wish them well overseas. And Chris has actually missed last week's call too. He actually called in, but it was like 45 minutes late and stuff. So nothing I can do about that. With radio, we got to keep it on a schedule and everything.
Yeah, it's no longer called banker's hours anymore. It's called Krimitsos hours.
But we'll talk about some of the TBBO events coming up here throughout the hour. Be reminded of the event coming up on October 28th. That's our next signature event, the Business Symposium, and it's at the Hilton Hotel on Lake Carillon Drive, and tickets are currently on sale over at tbbo.org/symposium. You can also see the event details, and currently selling booths and tickets. So if you'd like to get your brand in front of some 400 people at the event, you definitely want to reach out to myself or one of our salespeople to get you in front or get you a ticket, and or I should say a booth for that event. We're also going to be celebrating a World Chocolate Day that day with chocolatier William Dean Brown Chocolates, and he was on our program just last week. So we're looking forward to celebrating World Chocolate Day, which just ironically enough is being held on October 28th as well.
Did he ever bring chocolate back to the?
No, he didn't. And not at least not to the studio and everything.
Oh, okay.
No, we checked them all out and everything when we're doing that pre stuff.
You should strong arm him when you see him.
Well, he'll be providing samples at the Business Symposium. But in short, the Business Symposium, this is a business expo style event where we have a main session, and we're going to have a what we call a strategic alliance, which is where you mix up the different people in the room through a set of tables, and you get a number, and then you go like 20 minutes, and you mix them up again. And the theory is that whatever number that you get and how you mix them, you're never at the same table with the same people or something, or it's mixed up in the sense that you get to meet somebody new at each table, I should say.
Yeah, that sounds like a weird dating group.
It's like speed dating. Yeah, it's like speed dating for business professionals. So a strategic alliance. We really want the attendees to get to know one another. So that'll be a component of the Business Expo. Also, the Shark Tank panel of experts. We're featuring people that have been on Shark Tank, including one who got a deal with the Sharks. So that'll be our lunch feature, and then we're featuring a couple breakout sessions with some speakers to talk about just general business and business growth and sales and LinkedIn ads, things of that nature. So it'll be a full day's event from 9 to 3, again being held on October 28th. Pick up your tickets by this Friday and get a special invite to our VIP party with details soon to be announced. We're putting that together this week, and so we're doing a ticket drive as well. So tbbo.org/symposium, $39 for TBBO members, $59 for non-members, and lunch is included as well. Good show planned for you today. On the second part of today's show, we'll be talking to Mike Stram, president of Easy Living with Technology. But up first, I have Laura Santiago, founder of Tradent Quality Consulting Services. So Laura, welcome to the program today.
Thank you for having me.
So is this your inaugural radio debut?
Absolutely.
We welcome you to the radio show. Thank you so much for being in studio. And so we want to learn more about you and your business. So first off, tell us what Tradent Quality Consulting Services is.
So it's actually a small business firm that provides small business consulting. And we like to take pride in the fact that we actually get to know our entrepreneurs.
Okay.
We go beyond just looking at the financials of a business. We actually like to get in the human side of running a business. looking at what the heartaches are, basically become the cheerleaders of your business. It started actually while I was in college. The idea, I started doing some community service and noticed that bigger companies, of course, can have PwC and all these other companies on escrow, basically, or retainer for providing consulting services. However, smaller businesses or mom and pop shops, entrepreneurs that actually need somebody to hold their hand, were having to pay astronomical fees, or maybe they didn't have the correct advice. And light bulb went off and we said, okay, how about we go back and provide some services that actually the community needs.
Right.
We know that small businesses are the engine, basically, of America.
Right.
So why don't we do that and put it in what we call rice and beans, layman's terms? What do they need to know, and how can they grow their business?
And so what is your background in business and in education? You said a light bulb went off in your head to do this in college. What were you doing at that time, and what was that catalyst that caused that?
So I was actually completing my master's in international business and entrepreneurship. And one of the things that we had to do on our master's was actually reaching back to the community, whatever their ideas they had, and help them put a business plan together. Oddly enough, my husband comes from a line of family businesses, and we were always finding ourselves in providing consultation to our friends and family. We figured, okay, if they're receptive, because usually your friends and family tend to push back, because what do you know, you're just a kid. We figured that somebody else may be interested in listening to us.
Right.
Yeah.
And you talk about the human side of business. So what are you getting in there and learning about the kind of the personal side and becoming more of a psychologist on top of a business consultant? That can be a little bit of a dangerous area when you enter the human side of things.
Especially if they got people like me working for them.
Elaborate on that, because I find that interesting.
So we see, for example, funding tends to be one of the major things. Small business owners or entrepreneurs tell, I want to start a business, but I don't have the capital to do so. Well, why? Let's look at what your personal finances are like. Let's talk about a little bit on that. We actually uncovered for one of our clients $300 extra that she could have been using for her business a month if she would cut down on eating out, for example.
Right.
So being able
That's
to...
where all my money goes, by the way, is the food. It does. That's my weakness
Food,
right there.
lattes, all that
Yeah,
fancy
if I could
stuff.
learn to shop, but I'm a terrible shopper too. I go to the store and I end up buying like the same crap every single time because I don't know how to cook anything other than pasta and sauce. And so,
Really?
yeah, I'm terrible.
Ramen noodles?
Ramen, no, that was my first love in college.
That's college food.
Yeah, no, the first time you discover ramen, it's like you're in heaven, but that taste quickly sours, though, I've found. But you realize that is one of those great discoveries in life, though, when you discover the ramen noodles and they're 17 cents. I think they might have come up a little bit since then, but they're 17 cents. And you realize that, wow, this is so cool. But then after about a month of that, you're like, man, this sucks.
Then you
man.
escalate to upgrade to like mac and cheese.
You're bringing me
from
back to
Crash.
my college years.
Yeah, to burritos and tacos. I
There
spent
you
so
go.
much money at Chipotle and places like that I was like, I can't afford this no more.
Yeah, you're right. I did
You were
upgrade.
eating like a rich person over there.
You're right. I did upgrade.
Hey.
I did upgrade to
I'll do all
Velveeta
right.
mac and cheese. I've been eating that at least once a week for years. That's one of my
years.
favorites. Hey, it's pasta and it's a sauce.
cheese.
It's easy. I can't, like I said, I can't make anything other than that. So can you?
Wow, dude. I can make a bowl of cereal on
Well,
top of tacos.
yeah, that's not
That's all you
difficult,
need.
so.
Cereal and tacos.
I try to throw like a steak
Food
in or
group right
something,
there.
and that's horrible. And so there's one of the services that you could do right there, teaching us entrepreneurs how to cook.
How to cook.
There you go. Yeah,
I'll
there's-
take
there's-
notice.
That's what you would hear from me.
Duly noted.
That's what you would hear from me talking about the human side of things. If you're consulting me, it's like, listen, I got the business stuff okay. I need to save money on food. Could you help me go shopping?
Can you help me? How do I do this? Well, and funny too, we also had another client that they're what they call moonlighting, right? They're starting this business while they're working their full-time job, but she also had a kid. And as a brand new mom myself, I found that dilemma. Like, how do I do this and take care of my kid? And I mentioned, okay, let's figure out if there's any time that we can meet up at a library or co-work spaces. Could we do babysitting swap? Like, can you find a friend that could take care of your kid for maybe an hour or two, so you can focus on being very effective and then getting back to your family time?
Now, who is your niche client? You're working with just small business owners here. Are you talking about small business in the terms of solopreneurs to maybe an employee or two? I mean, who is the ideal client that you best serve?
So normally we're doing solopreneurs for now. The other part of our niche market are those people that want to export their products and services. We noticed that there was a need, particularly in Tampa Bay area. There's a huge opportunity to use support for that kind of market, but there's not a lot of knowledge of that.
So an exporting business, and why not the importing though?
We do some of importing.
You're an importer, export. You focus on exporting, but not importing. Which reminds me of a Seinfeld episode, by the way. Your boyfriend does exporting, but not importing, and then George gets them backwards.
It really depends on who we're talking to. So my family's still in Puerto Rico, so we go visit quite often, and we had a couple of clients there, and of course, they want to export their goods to the United States.
Right.
So that's how the strategy
I love
changes
Spanish people, man. Or Hispanic people, I'm sorry. But whenever, like, she sounds like a white chick, right? And then she says Puerto Rico, and her accent just comes out.
No, I love Puerto Rico as well. Just was there a few weeks ago with Chris filming The Messengers, his upcoming documentary on podcasting. A great place to be. Nice. I was surprised, though, with the vacancy rates down there. There's just so much abandonment down there. I know Puerto Rico in great financial trouble and an extreme debt, but business opportunities between here and Puerto Rico. I mean, what exists right now? What would you say?
So a lot of it is in agricultural products and pretty much very local things. So one of the clients that we're helping is actually exporting sangria over with flavors that like guava or tamarind.
So you're in business to export basically to Puerto Rico, which is your home island then. So sangria being one of the products that you're working with a business owner on, but a lot of opportunities down there in Puerto Rico. I love
there is. It's just similar to, and I think it's
just
more difficult than in the United States in the sense that there's a lot of regulations.
Right.
So the entrepreneurs need to have a little bit of more capital and, of course, the grit to be able to get things running.
I see an opportunity for exporting vacation services down there because there was so much vacancy along the beach fronts and the water. We were in Luquillo.
Oh, Luquillo, yes.
Yeah, and we were right there just a block off of the water on this beautiful beach with a reef right there, and there was like nobody there, and there's this just complete street of all these vacant
It should probably
homes.
stay that way, man, don't you think?
Stay that way? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you don't want to like slap a huge hotel on it, and then it gets all like.
Well, I mean,
and
I'm
everybody
thinking
find out about the secret on the beach.
Yeah, I'm not thinking from the homeowner who's living there currently. I'm thinking just from the business perspective. But there's just so much vacancy sitting there right along this beautiful beach with a reef and just so much, beauty right there. I'm just wondering why, more people aren't focused on exporting travel services to Puerto Rico.
The other thing is too the competition that we have direct with the Dominican Republic and currently Cuba. Like there's just in terms of cost itself, it tends to be a competition. Also, it's a little bit of a peak season type of thing. We get huge snowbirds that go in October, November, December. Funny that you mentioned Luquillo. My parents have an apartment down there.
Yeah.
And that winter season for whatever would be our people, it's blocked off. So there's just no opportunity to get space.
Yeah.
Summer, it tends to be more of like the locals that tend to go.
Good information here. Currently talking to Laura Santiago, founder of Tradent Quality Consulting Services. Learn more at tradentqcs.com and also invite you over to her Facebook page. She's looking to get some likes. So if you would go to facebook.com/TradentQCS and like her page, you would greatly appreciate that. Again, it's facebook.com/TradentQCS or TradentQCS. That's the name of the page. You don't put a .com at the end of the facebook.com. It's already there. You're listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn, or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
At Vein 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again.
Are you in need of new flooring or ready to tackle that home remodeling project? Then contact Yeager & Company Incorporated, a family-owned, state-certified general contracting business with over 70 years of experience and the recipient of the Angie's List Super Service Award for the last 8 years in multiple categories. Yeager & Company comes to you with their shop-at-home flooring sales service, and their hardwood flooring refinishing is the very best in the Bay. Kitchen and bath design featuring American-made, well-born cabinets, and all work is done by employees, not subcontractors. Learn more at YeagerFlooring.com.
If you've been following That Business Show on Facebook and Twitter, you may have noticed the quality of some of our images. That's because one of our sponsors is pro photographer Rick Taseda, a member of the Professional Photographers of America. You can view his extensive work by going to his website at ricktaseda.com or call him for an appointment to chat about your photography needs at 813-641-4757. That's 813-641-4757. Rick Taseda Visuals. Call him for your next event or project. In an age when the good and the better vie for attention, it is the best that stands out. The best of Tampa Bay from Proudly Florida is the love story for the city of Tampa, celebrating success, sharing achievements, a tribute to enterprise and community spirit. Let Proudly Florida showcase your business to your city, your nation, and the world. For more information, email info@proudlyflorida.com and be sure to visit proudlyflorida.com.
Have you ever tried to buy a home for your family only to find out that you don't qualify for a mortgage loan? You thought that after 20 years as a customer of your bank, they would help you when you needed it the most, right? Unfortunately, the banks of today are not the banks of our parents and grandparents, and our relationships with them just don't matter anymore. My name is Frank Cotto, and I'm the president of the Lincoln Lending Group. We all may need a bank, but we also need a Frank, and that's what I'm here to do for you today. Lincoln Lending Group will waive all of your lending fees, which include your mortgage, application fee, your underwriting fee, processing fees, and any bank points. Just call 813-MORTGAGE. You drop the E, and we'll drop the fee.
Teresa Turner is a certified public accountant and the founder of Tax Happens, a boutique-style CPA firm providing small businesses and individuals with hands-on, personalized tax and accounting services. Although we would love to tell you how happy their clients are, we would like you to see for yourself. Tax Happens has 21 Google reviews and a 4.8-star Google rating, 17 Yelp reviews and a 5-star Yelp rating, 38 Facebook reviews and a 4.9-star Facebook rating. What sets Tax Happens apart is number 1, upfront pricing, 2, clear deadlines, 3, personally available year-round, and number 4, a willingness to empower clients to do as much or as little as they desire. Visit taxhappens.com for more information.
From the RP Funding Traffic Network.
Serious crash in Palm Harbor on Belcher and Curlew. All lanes blocked here. Use US 19 as your north-southbound alternate. Use Tampa Road as your east-westbound alternate. Heavy traffic on northbound I-75 in Brandon. That's all due to a crash off to the right-hand side. Approaching I-4. Traffic slow from before the Selman. And southbound 275 jammed from before Beers to around Hillsboro. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Udrich. Hillsboro traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
For victims of drunk and drug driving, our grief is unique, but you are not alone. MAD is here to help. Call our 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit mad.org. That's MADD.org.
Today, a 60% chance of showers and storms with heavy downpours, high 89. Tonight, partly cloudy, low 76. Tomorrow, a 60% rain chance, high 89.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And we're back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Talking to Laura Santiago, founder of Tradent Quality Consulting Services. And Laura, one of the concerns of many small businesses is funding, and you help people with this. But let's give some tips out to some of the listeners who are struggling in this arena, which is a lot, unfortunately.
Absolutely. So one of the major things, particularly those of entrepreneurs that want to be starting or that have something around the house, something in home, definitely is to look at yourself first. What expenditures can you cut down? Is there some garage sale that you can do for the very, very beginning? The second part is getting true financials in order. It's impressive. You hear both sides. Some people, well, I don't want to report that much of a profit or a revenue because I don't want to pay more in taxes, but I want to sell my business in a couple of years. So that affects business valuation, of course.
Isn't it funny how we can have that option? Oh, I don't want to report that much. It should be like, this is what it is. These are numbers, but that's business.
And you would know, right, on the real estate
Yeah,
that affects, of course, when you're getting loans and whatnot.
Yes, if you're too honest, you pay more in taxes. That's what it is. But but I know so many people who report like they make next to nothing, but they're driving BMWs and living in nice houses. It's just our tax code and the way things come together is just so unfair. So unfair. Go ahead.
So it's important that people are aware of that and what consequences that could have if they're looking for any type of financing through a typical lender, such as a bank.
Right.
I definitely recommend sometimes making sure that you reach out to other businesses or even friends for partnership in particular projects. Something that you, number one, can advertise together, market, so that would help you saving some money. But also, it's a joint venture, so both of you guys have skin on the game almost on the event. And finally, just making sure that you reach out to a bystander, whether it would be ourselves as a consultant or a CPA. They can actually take a look at your finances and your financial records and see if there's something that you could do better, anything that you can tweak out. So.
Yeah, because so many small business owners just start with the money that they have or from their 401ks or whatever. It's very difficult to start a business. You got to cut costs, like you're saying. Good ideas right there for eliminating the excesses. But what in terms of investment? There's not a lot of investment resources in Tampa. There's some issue. I mean, there's some opportunities around tech, but if you don't have a tech product, it's hard to find funding sources out there. Can you talk to us about funding sources and opportunities? Do you know of any?
So this is where we get creative, right? So one of the things is, you're right, for venture capital type things that tend to be more of the technology driven down here. However, you can't have your own little angel investors in your own friends and family. Now, you have to stay honest to what you say that you're going to deliver, but that's definitely a good option. Nowadays, we see a lot of things like Kickstarter campaigns and different type of GoFundMe and other type of crowdfunding available.
Where do you find the angel investors, though? Are there any networking groups or meetings that you can find these types of people for the people that are not as connected in Tampa?
Absolutely. There are a couple of groups, particularly if they go to meetup.com, look for venture capital, angel investors, and there's actually, I want to say there's a group that meets, I want to say it's in Carrollwood on Thursdays. I'll definitely
So the meetup group, so if they just meetup.com, because there's all kinds of, there's different types of groups, right? So,
meetup.com.
Okay.
Yes.
And you can find whatever group that you're looking for. So that's a good tip right there. So there are investment groups that are meeting out there. I guess they encourage, and they probably have, pitch opportunities where people can come and pitch their product or service in.
Yeah,
correct?
absolutely. Similar to you mentioned, I'd recommend our clients to also look at Shark Tank a little bit and just prepare to the type of questions that the sharks are asking the entrepreneurs.
Right,
If you get into the practice or even in front of the mirror to ask those questions and answer them without having any hiccup, chances are you're going to get somebody interested in your business.
That's good that Shark Tank, came out and everything, because that, shows the general public, the general business owner, what it's like to go in front of an investor. Because without that, people would just show up with, this is what I do. What do you want to know? So you got to know how to pitch.
And when we were talking earlier about trade and being part of the human side, we take some time to do that as well. When we're helping our business owners, small business owners grow their financing base, sometimes we get very specific on type of questions. We challenge the owner as to why they're doing that expense or why did they decide to not go with a particular project, because those are the questions that either a lender or any investor will ask, and it's better for them to be ready ahead of time.
You have a webinar coming up on October 11th. Tell us about this.
Absolutely. So we do have a webinar coming out October 11th. It's going to be via our Facebook page. And basically, we're going to touch on do's and don'ts of running a business with your family member or loved one. We've noticed, again, based on the human side, that could be some conflicts that come up, particularly when you're starting a business, when you have an idea. So helping get that communication going, being able to delegate without necessarily sticking their hand on somebody else's work, and how to make the business venture actually something fun.
All right, good stuff. Laura Santiago, founder of Tradent Quality Consulting Services. Thank you so much for being in studio today.
Thank you, Jamie.
And again, you can register for her webinar on October 11th over on her Facebook page, again, titled Tradent QCS. Again, facebook.com, Tradent QCS. Coming back from the break, we'll be talking to Mike Stram, president of Easy Living with Technology. And in the meantime, learn more about this program over at TampaBayRadio.com. You're listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ham from Bill Meyer Ham Consulting. Did you know that one of the biggest challenges that leaders face is getting their employees to be engaged, motivated, and producing amazing business results? At Bill Meyer Ham Consulting, we'll help you transform your workforce culture from one that might be underperforming, maybe mediocre, to achieving amazing business results. You see, we realize that your workforce culture is equally as important as your business plan and your business strategy. The two must be aligned in order for you to reach your desired business and financial goals.
Carol,
hey Jim.
I just got this plan that could really help with our process here.
Okay, why don't you just have a seat and let's go over it.
Let us help you transform your workforce culture by leveraging your most important assets, your people. I want to know what's going on in your organization. Let us help you transform your workforce culture. Let's have a conversation.
I feel guilty that I can't always be there when Mom feels stuck at home. She was always there for us. But now she can't get out, and I'm not always available to take her places. Someone else needs to help her get around. Then I learned about Home Instead. Now Mom can do what she enjoys because her personal caregiver is there, and I can just be a daughter again.
Are you struggling to care for your loved one? We can help. Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Injury firm of Abrahamson, Udrick, Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by McDonald's. Sip into a great morning with McDonald's McCafe coffee. McDonald's McCafe coffee is made with sustainably sourced 100% Arabica beans and brewed hot and fresh just for you. Enjoy any size hot McCafe coffee for $1. Only at McDonald's for a limited time.
1250 Winds Weather Center forecast. A little cooler today, upper 80s for the high. We'll see increasing clouds throughout the day. Rain chance 70%, scattered showers and storms. Mid-70s for the low. Forecast the same for tomorrow. Impact Radio 1250 Winds, WHNZ.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Winds WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And thanks for staying tuned in to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Learn more about the program, TampaBayRadio.com. Also over there, we have a link to joining the Tampa Bay business owners. So we'd like to invite all business owners in the Tampa Bay community to take a look at that and the benefits that we offer. The organization has been around for about 8 years and is in partnership here now with the radio show, since I talk to entrepreneurs every single morning. So it's a good fit, and it's also a benefit of the organization is regular on-air appearances in addition to the different events and workshops and summits that we do. Also a couple of other things that we've thrown in there for the membership, something I call Key Connections, where I sit down and talk with the members one-on-one about connections I can make for them in the community, and it's working out very well, and that's included with the membership. And personal consulting can cost thousands and thousands of dollars, and for nothing more than $59 a month and a one-time activation fee of $250 or a $595 annual fee plus the $250 activation, you can get that on top of all of the events for membership in the Tampa Bay business owners. And if you go to my website, TampaBayRadio.com, and you go over to the show info tab and look at the guest network of people that I've interviewed, those are the connections I can help make for you. I've interviewed nearly 1,000 people on the program, not to mention all the people that Chris, my partner, knows through the community, and one connection is worth tens of thousands of dollars. So if the upfront costs are too much for you, I'd strongly recommend that you think about, what it is that you're investing in your business, because connections are the key to your business, networking and growing and finding those right people to connect and grow with. And that's something that I and the Tampa Bay business owners can help you out with. And again, head over to TampaBayRadio.com, click on the Join TBO link, and you can see more about the benefits. There's a lot more benefits on top of just the consulting and the events. We also are doing the business improv now, where we get with the members to teach them different improv and comedy techniques to utilize with their clients, and that's a new feature that we've added on top of the membership. So again, TampaBayRadio.com, and also get on this radio show for a few times of the year as well. Time to bring in my next guest for the program. I have Mike Strand, president of Easy Living with Technology. You can learn more about this throughout the discussion at his website, easyliving.net. So, Mike, welcome to the program today.
Hey, thank you, Jamie. Good morning.
All right, so what do you mean by Easy Living with Technology? You're talking about smart homes, home theater, all this type of stuff. Tell me about your business.
Well, thanks. Exactly. Easy living and smart living and fun living. We design and create homes that are smarter than the average bearer, that are easy to operate, that are actually fun to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Where it used to be, in the entertainment concept was the family room entertainment system. You would sit there with everybody and watch the movie, and that was the only place you could see it. And in our systems, we make that entire home the entertainment center.
Okay. And smart homes are really becoming a movement. And I've always thought it's kind of strange how homes are kind of lacking behind in terms of technology. You see like remote keyless entry on cars, things like that. But with a home, you're still using the basic key. I mean, there's a lot of things with the homes that are still kind of behind the times. It seems.
Is that crazy?
So far, all we've really seen is an intercom, right?
Yeah, it's right. The homes are not becoming as smart as quickly as the other products that we use in our lives. And one of the analogies I always think about it is like the keyless entry. It's like so many homes don't use that. So.
Right. And we've run ads in the past, and one of our slogans is "Your home is smart as your car."
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're talking about a $23,000 car with, like you said, keyless access and auto climate control, electric windows, and incredible stereo system.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Bluetooth and navigation, all these fabulous electronic features.
Yeah, I want Star Trek doors. What gives?
Yeah, then you get $1 million home, even a $2 million home, seriously, and it's as dumb as a bag of rocks. It's manual everything and no attention to anything.
And
technology.
we're seeing an improvement in the quality of the appliances that come out. I mean, I see recently I saw an ad for a refrigerator that had a computer on it and everything. So the appliances are really starting to move into that direction, even more so than what they have already. But the different components of the home, I mean, they're out there, but they're just not being utilized as much. And that's where you come in, correct?
Right, that's right. And we have we're really what you call an electronic systems integrator.
All right.
So we design and install and service a variety of electronic systems. So
now, your background is in home theater. I mean, you had a business on Del Mabry doing home theater installations.
Yeah, it's called the Home Theater Gallery.
Home Theater Gallery.
There.
Okay. And what became of that? Is that morphed into this? What became of that, or is it still there? What's going on with that?
Over the years, it's the Home Theater Gallery. Actually, as nice as that showroom was, there were people that we would meet later that just built a multi-million-dollar home, and they would meet us and say, "I had no idea you did lighting automation and security and
windows,
and motorized shades and all these fabulous things." We thought, you were the Home Theater Gallery. We didn't want a theater per se, so we never came in, and so we started to, actually invested and did some market research and found we needed to change our name and get away from that limitation of just home theater.
Okay, so the home theater designation was hindering you in terms of what you were actually doing, and so now Easy Living with Technology, which I get that, or how to improve my life through technology, which so many of us are doing these days, and you focus on the home. And so, what are some of the different components inside a home that people can be taking advantage of that are just not really commonplace?
Auto flush toilets.
Auto flush toilets? Is that true?
Well, we're not so. I do have a toilet story that I'd love to tell.
Sure, yeah, we don't hold back
here. It's not so much the auto flush toilet, but let's go on a little history.
I need one for my daughter. She never flushes.
All right, the toilet.
We go.
There's your smile
go back
for
100 years, and 100 years ago, let's say I had the same really awesome showroom that we have now, but it's 100 years ago. So the highest tech thing going into a home 100 years ago was a toilet.
Yeah. Everything else is an outhouse.
For hundreds of years, thousands of years, the only thing real techno in a home was a fireplace. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes this device, this new thing called the toilet. Well, guys would come walking into our showroom 100 years ago with their plans all rolled up. They got the best architect, they got the best builder, and they got the best lot right on the water, whatever, and they walk into my showroom and say, "We're here to learn about this new technology," and we would unroll their plans and look at their plans, and I'm like, there's
I
nowhere
gotta
to
say,
put
you
your
look
toilet.
pretty good for 130 years old. I'm just,
You know, and well, thank you.
You're welcome.
And so, we're looking at their plan. There's nowhere to put a toilet, and you can't leave it up to the guy providing a toilet, right? You're in the middle of building a home, and here comes the guy who's got a toilet under his arm. He's, hey, where are we putting the toilet? It's got to have some proper planning. And so eventually it became the immediate change to the floor plan that the architects had to learn a new room was called the water closet. Mm-hmm. And that water closet developed and morphed as faucets were invented into a bathing room or bathroom.
Yeah.
And then it made sense ultimately that, well, maybe we should have even more than one.
Yeah.
Attach one to each bed.
So that's where that term water closet comes from.
That's where it came from, water closet.
Nowadays, when you walk into a bathroom, people say it's a bathroom, but there's this little door. Some of them have him and hers. A lot of the newer homes have them and stuff. And when I was a plumber, and that's why water closet comes to mind, but you would have a toilet for him and a toilet for her, and there's a door that they can shut, so there's privacy and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And so with existing... Go ahead, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. So how that comes around full circle to today is that we're in that same spot right now. People are coming in to our totally groovy showroom, although not for toilets. We're here to learn about smart home technology. We want certain features in our home. We want to make sure that we have the correct infrastructure for our property to last the next 20, 30, or 50 years or so. So how can we get that infrastructure designed? Who knows about that? And that is our forte.
And one of the problems with existing homes is probably the wiring, right? Inside the homes to get set up for some of these different technologies?
Absolutely. It's not all wireless.
Okay.
And that's where we say, we now, in the same exact story, we unroll that floor plan and we say, you know what's funny is you've got a lot of technology on your floor plan that over the 100 years has made it to the floor plan. There's a spot right on the floor plan right there for the washer and the dryer. There's a spot for the air conditioner, for the HVAC. Right. There's a spot for even a refrigerator and a stove, which were not 100 years ago on the floor plan. So where's the spot on the floor plan to put your electronics? So that's where we have now, instead of a water closet, we actually own a federally registered trademark called Technology Closet. Mm-hmm. And it's our mission to design that and morph that into these floor plans and teach people that that's really the better way to do this. Even if doesn't have to be a $1 million system, just even a common sense, any home, big or small, should have a space for the electronics to reside that's ventilated, serviceable, and has the space to essentially
because they're wherever you can find room
there
for them when you install different technology inside the home. So the technology closet is what you're marketing to the builders and the architects to start incorporating into their homes.
Absolutely.
So that would
It's
be
smart.
the central point. Your security system is there.
Everything's there, and it's all in a great spot. It's no longer, get this slays me, this idea that over time, I don't know who they are, but they've been wiring homes for a long time. Wrong. And this idea, right, that they're going to put the alarm system in the master bedroom closet. Are you kidding me?
That's refine it,
yeah. So here comes the alarm tech or the cable guy you've never met. And in the traditional sense, maybe he's at work and she's at home. The kids are there. The knock on the door. Yeah, let me follow this or have this cable guy follow me to the master bedroom and then the closet. Ignore my cash and jewelry and our guns and find behind our clothing the electronic panel that, what are we doing, hiding it from the burglar? It's just such a horrible story. But yet, even in this market today, in $2 million spec homes, that's what's happening.
Well, maybe they should install it in the master water closet. That way, who would want to follow her into there? You know what I mean? So right. I can't believe that an offhand toilet comment actually spun into something that made sense.
Yeah, hey, that's a part of the growth in technology. From the outhouses to the in-home plumbing, and now we're going down the technology road. And who knows? Will we ever have homes one day that are fully self-sufficient in terms of energy? That's another thing down the road.
That's coming, and a lot of that with the LED lighting systems. Even as I sit here with my brain being fried with your 650 watts of flood lamps, okay? that an LED lighting system could provide the same, even cleaner light.
Yep.
Yeah.
And instead of 600, you have 10 65-watt spotlights in here, floodlights. We could change those to 10 6-watt floods with the same or more amount of light. And now we're burning 60 watts. I mean, that's 10%, less than 10% of what you have
Would
now.
it be cheaper, though?
Would it be cheaper?
The LEDs.
You're using one lighting circuit could light the entire studio operations instead of one circuit for every one or two studios.
I'll have to put you in touch with the iHeart people then, so I have no control over those lights. So
LumaStream is a St. Petersburg-based manufacturer of LED lighting systems.
Eric Higgs, he's been on my program before.
Eric's a good guy.
Yeah, we talked with LumaStream. They actually were a nominee for my Best Business of the Year award last year for That Business Show as well. So we've talked with Eric a couple of times on the program. But you're right, he has an amazing story behind his
and
business.
we are there. We are their first, factory-approved integrator to design, authorized to design their systems and sell them and install them.
Yeah, LumaStream.com for more information on that.
Yeah, that was going to be a question. Do you design a lot of the, technology that you install into homes?
Yeah, my background is radio. I'm an ex-radio chief engineer up in Detroit and Flint, Michigan. And
very cool.
So I'm very at home in here, although I'm really on the other side of the mic all of a sudden, so that's weird to me.
We'll let you interview me on the next segment. How's that? Got to take a break here. We're currently talking to Mike Strand, president of Easy Living with Technology, and learn more at his website, easyliving.net. You're listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
Savvy business owners utilize technology to connect with customers, communicate among teams, and collaborate with partners. Even with advances in technology, you all know it's not infallible. Where do you turn when your technology starts working against you? Who do you depend on to keep your team productive? Don't wait until your technology fails you. Get ahead of the crisis and contact the professionals at Alpha Computing Solutions so they can show you how to keep your technology running smoothly. Visit them online at www.alphacomputing.com.
Did you know the biggest challenge business leaders face today is creating an engaged and productive workforce culture? Bill Meyer Ham Consulting wants to help you solve this challenge. They will help you transform your workforce culture to produce amazing business results. Call Bill Meyer Ham Consulting at 941-201-4650 today or visit BillMeyerHam.com. That's BillMeyerHam.com. Have a conversation. How many times have you said to yourself, I wish there was an app for that? Stop wishing and start making the world better. Turn your brilliant idea into a profitable business by using Popcorn apps. Their affordable app design will help get your blue sky idea or proven business to the next level at a fraction of the cost of other developers. They will help you get through all the steps needed to make your thoughts become live. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today. What's up, business rock stars? Are you ready to bring out the CEO in you? Join Julianne Nichols, CEO of Focus on You Strategy, every other Friday on That Business Show. She'll be talking with other chief entrepreneurial officers about how they grew their businesses. Remember, you could join the conversation at Focus on You Strategies Focus Fridays Facebook group at facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. That's facebook.com/groups/Focus Fridays. Be the CEO of you.
I knew Mom wanted to stay at home. It's the center of her family, her life. But helping Mom stay in her home while managing mine was just too much. Honestly, it wasn't just about me. Mom didn't want me to be her caretaker. She wanted me to be her daughter. I felt so alone until I found out about Home Instead Senior Care. When we met the people at Home Instead, we just knew they were different. The experience was personal. And most importantly, for Mom and me, I get to be her daughter again.
Home Instead Senior Care. To us, it's personal.
Who doesn't have a smartphone these days? And of course, there's an app for everything. Well, almost everything. That's why the folks at Popcorn Apps started developing mobile applications. They saw people like you with genius ideas, unable to make those thoughts a reality. They develop applications for tens of thousands of dollars less than you'll find anywhere else, and will turn your idea into a reality in a matter of just a few months. Think you're not ready? Think again. They are your one-stop shop for mobile application development. See them at popcornapps.com with a K in popcorn. Or call them at 727-415-6705 for your free consultation and pop your kernel of an idea into $1 million business and a world changer starting today.
At Vane 911, we will help you feel great again. Do you have restless legs, night leg cramps, or ankle swelling? Restless legs, cramping, swelling, and tired heavy legs are often symptoms of hidden vein disease. You do not have to have visible bulging veins to have the symptoms of vein disease. The vein care specialists at Vein 911 are uniquely qualified to evaluate and treat your veins. Are you unhappy with your previous vein treatment? Vein 911 succeeds where others fail. Call Vein 911 today at 855-VEIN-911. That's 855-834-6911 to book your free consultation. Vein 911. We will help you feel great again.
From the Bright House Networks Traffic Center.
Heavy traffic on southbound US 19 approaching Gulf to Bay. Also a crash being cleared in Palm Harbor on eastbound Curlew just past Belcher in a right-hand lane. Southbound 275 still a bit slow between Fletcher Avenue and Hillsborough. North and southbound I-75 delays in the southbound direction approaching I-4. Northbound approaching State Road 60. See traffic problems? Call the injury firm of Abrahamson Urich. Hillsborough traffic tip line 866-545-9595.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life.
Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor?
Hi, neighbor.
Mr. Rogers passed along friendship, hoping we would too. Friendship. Pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
60% rain chance, high 89. Downpours possible. Partly cloudy tonight, low 76. Tomorrow, a 60% rain chance, high 89.
You're listening to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney on 1250 Wins WHNZ. Missed a show? Then head over to TampaBayRadio.com, where all shows are available on demand. Once again, here's your host, Jamie Maloney.
And welcome back to That Business Show with Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business. Talking to Mike Strand, president of Easy Living with Technology, helping you turn your home into a smart home. So if you've ever considered that, he can definitely help you out with that. Anything from home theater to security to all kinds of different things related to technology. Learn more at easyliving.net. So, Mike, you've put in a 215-inch home theater before?
We are doing that as we speak.
Wow, so that's in process.
It's in process. That currently is our largest screen ever.
Is.
And to put it in
Tampa Bay,
perspective, that's about half of a full movie screen. So that's
that is. It's insanely humongous. It's a 215-inch home theater screen or movie screen is about 22 feet wide and about 9.5 feet high.
Wow.
And it's just absolutely stunning. So,
I can imagine the electronics of the projector that's going to take to run that and all the back end stuff, because that stuff's not cheap. I used to work in a movie theater, so I know a little bit about just cost of that stuff.
It starts to get up there. Our theaters are really fabulous rooms. They get, you go walk through that door and you forget about life as you know it. I mean, you're not hearing the gas blower run from outside and the dogs barking or the dishwasher rolling. I mean, you get in there and you're either watching the game, right, and having a great time sharing that experience with your family and friends, or meld yourself right into a movie and kick back. And it can be silent, and it can be really not loud. Where it's not so much to be loud, it's so much to have the energy and the clean energy of quality audio is absolutely an amazing experience, especially when the video. These are 8 million pixel projection systems we're running now, not 2 million like a typical TV.
Yeah, I was back home for my 20-year reunion. Awesome. One of my good friends owns a movie theater, and he was telling me, they just had to upgrade all their equipment to whatever the new stuff is.
They went digital, didn't they?
Something, He had to do an upgrade.
The new thing now is 4K, they call it.
Whatever it did, it cost him $1 million. He was lamenting on that. It was one of the challenges of his business. He's like, I'd be doing a lot better if we didn't have to upgrade all of our technology here recently. Yeah. Set us back $1 million. But wow, that's a big bill.
Thank God it's complicated. It's or we'd be out of business.
Yeah, but
no wonder movie ticket prices are what they are too.
Well, most of the ticket prices goes to the filmmakers and stuff. Movie theaters make their money on concessions. That's where their money's at.
Oh yeah. The $15 bucket of popcorn and the And why do I need a drink that's 4 quarts larger than my bladder?
But no, I mean, the theater owners
$10.
make very little. They make very little of the ticket sales. That goes to the movie makers and those people, though. They make their money on concession stands. That's why
Absolutely
you're paying.
They do.
That's why you're paying big bills that offset that. You talk about designing for cool. What are some of the cool things that people can do in their homes these days?
Well, some of the coolest stuff, for instance, is people, these are black rectangles TVs anymore, right? If you turn them off, they all look the same. They're a black rectangle. And a lot of people want to put them above the fireplace rather than off to the left or the right side, which is then not, not congruent to everybody's focus. You have 2 focus areas, the fireplace and the TV. So we center them up and you put them up there, and we hide them now with a beautiful frame and a motorized art piece with what they call a giclée print, which is a thermal print on canvas. It's kind of the new way of making a print from an original art piece.
Right.
And so there's literally, hundreds of frames and thousands of pieces of art. And we motorize with a silent motor and roll that thing up almost like a shade within that frame. And it's just we call it a motorized TV art frame. And you can pick out all that stuff online. It's fun to shop for it. We rep 3 different companies that manufacture them.
And you have a showroom as well. It's available by appointment only, I understand.
Yeah,
tell us about this.
Yeah, we're like an electronic architect, essentially. We run our office. We're there all the time. We run our operations and installation division out of that. We're over by the St. Pete Airport on Roosevelt Boulevard. So it's a little hop across the bay now. But we moved over there from South Tampa. After 22 years in South Tampa, now we're into our 6th year in the new location. And being over by the St. Pete Airport, as we zoomed out of the little Google map, puts us right in the middle of really the entire marketplace. So we have shorter rides and runs to our clients. And it's worked out really well being over there.
And so people can come over there by appointment and kind of see what all you offer, from just home theater and security and,
the
stuff
lighting,
the
shade, motorized shades,
stuff
the
you're not even
TV
thinking
art frame,
of.
all
Obviously,
these things.
You can see these things are not even inside my head. We're just not used to them and stuff.
Yep.
So there's a lot of ways to turn your home into a smart home. So Mike Strand, president of Easy Living with Technology, is your resource here in the Tampa Bay region. So Mike, thank you so much for coming in today.
Thank you. And I want to take that time, say, Mom and Dad, thank you. I love you guys. They gave me that inspiration through growing up in our hardware store, and my dad loaned me the initial $5,000 to start my business 28 years ago.
Wow, incredible!
And it has.
You did a good job with that $5,000.
It's been a wild ride.
You did a good job. A lot of people would have wasted that $5,000. So you did well with it. So Mike Strand, thank you so much.
Again, Jamie looks directly at me when he made that comment.
Nice. Learn more at easyliving.net, and also more about this program over at tampabayradio.com. And be sure to tune in tomorrow morning again at 7 a.m. on 1250 WHNZ or online at tampabayradio.com. You've been listening to That Business Show. Jamie Maloney, where business becomes show business.
The proceeding was a commercial.